Okay, much like last time where I reviewed the Motoz Arena Hybrid Gummy Rear, before I change it out, I want to talk about my experience with my Motoz Front Tire that I put on at about the same time. I'm kind of weird where I don't really want to run two different brands of tires, front and back. I know a lot of guys do, but it just bothers my OCD. Well, the problem is when I want to do that, there's no Arena Front Tire. So I had to come up with what I felt like was Motoz's closest offering to the Arena Hybrid tire. And what I came up with was the Tractionator Enduro ST. That's their soft terrain tire. Just like last time, I'm going to go over the technical specs first and then kind of get into my experience with the tire. So specs wise, application is soft enduro. It's a 10% on-road and 90% off-road. If you look at any of their other Tractionator tires, the percentage on-road is much higher. So I felt like this was the right one for me. I went with the 90-90-21. At the time, that was the one that was recommended for the Mousse Bib size that I had already had purchased. Now I'm going to get into why that actually wasn't the case here in a second with my experiences with it. Now it says it's reversible, but I think they're talking about the rear tire because there is an Enduro ST rear tire that Motoz makes. Not the front, of course. It's directional. This is an FIM rated tire, so I guess if you're doing enduro stuff in Europe, maybe that matters. 20% dry, 80% wet, 30% hard, 70% soft. This is considered to be a hybrid tire, which is just like the rear. And so you got a combination of a harder compound and a softer. It says it features an MX grip with enduro strength and wear. Designed for riders who want the grip of an MX tire, a tough carcass for off-road conditions. Okay, so moving on to my experience. Now, one reason I wanted to review this tire even more so than the rear is nobody really out there has done a video, except I shouldn't say nobody. I found maybe one guy who had done a review on these, maybe two on YouTube, and they were generally positive, but it doesn't seem to be a tire that a lot of people know about. And really my experience is positive. I would probably more likely buy this tire again than the Arena Hybrid that I put in the back. I would probably get a different size. Like I said, I did the 90-90. They do make this in the fatty 90-100. And in fact, my next tire is going to be a 90-100, although not this same one. I just want to try something different. I think with the terrain I'm riding on, having a little bit more width and height up front would be helpful. But this tire really performed great. I bought it this summer. It's been great dry or wet. I had it on the cross trainer before the KTM. It did well with one exception, and that exception is I had a lot of rollover when it was on the cross trainer. And as I mentioned, I run a Mousse Bib in here, a Nitro Mousse Bib, and this is a tire that's not listed because it's not as popular on the application chart. So I had to email, I think it's Matt at the Nitro Mousse website to get a size for it, and his response was a 210. And I didn't realize it, but it kind of went on a little bit too easy on the cross trainer, and I was having trouble with a lot of rollover soon after I installed it. And I finally figured out is that it just wasn't holding the bead. The 210 wasn't holding the bead. So when I installed it on the KTM, I just upsized to a 220 bib on it. I did stick with the normal 10 PSI. I didn't go with the plushie. And since then, on this bike, it's been a great tire. I can finally use my front brake. Of course, this front brake on this KTM is a lot more controllable. It was a lot more binary on the beta on-off. I'm a lot able to feather the brake and use this and really not worry about it washing out or going out from underneath me. unexpected. In fact, it works so good that I've kind of gotten sloppy and used it when I'm not supposed to be doing, like in a turn, and then I can get into some trouble, but that's just my own fault. But this is a really good tire. I'm not sure what else to compare it to because I've only had it and the one that was on the beta originally, which was, again, the 216 Shinko, and I think it was okay. Honestly, I just wanted to have a Motoz to match the Motoz in the rear. Now, I hated the 216 rear. I think the 216 front, it wasn't the fatty, it was an 8100, again with the 210 bib. Again, this is a 90-90. You want to put a 220 bib in it and it'll work just fine for you. So it is worn really good. I don't have quite as many hours on it. I think maybe 25 because I didn't buy it at the exact same time as I did the rear. But it's still in good shape. I'm not sure why I want to change it so much, as I'm mostly curious about running the fatty size and getting a little bit more, in a turn, being able to roll the bike, lean the bike over and still have traction, which I feel like with the fatty tires, you get more of a balloon shape and therefore get more traction on the side with more lean angle. At least that was my impression after riding my buddy's 300RR with an IRC 9100 on there. So I'm actually not going to go with an IRC on the front. Again, I'll let you guys know what I ended up running after I get some time on it and am able to do a review. So anyway, I hope this helps you guys. Again, not a real well-known tire, the Tractionator ST Enduro from Motoz, but I really liked it. You just got to get the right size bib on there. All right, everybody have a good one. Stay safe out there. Later.